back with my Thoughtful Thursdays. And as I said last time, I'm developing a series of thoughts which I think are valuable to young researchers and people who are getting into consumer behavior and consumer understanding. And today I want to talk about silence. And the moment you hear about silence, I'm sure there's a feeling of awkwardness. But silence is power and can be leveraged at work. And I can say that because I feel awkward many times when there is silence in the room. And we all try to figure out what to do when there is silence in the room and how to figure things out. And I was listening to a TED talk, and there was this guy for 17 years. He did not speak. He just traveled around the world. He was very passionate about the earth and he was climate changes. And he said, I won't speak. And what he said actually stopped me in my tracks. He said, when I was silent, I started listening. And I just want to repeat myself. When I was silent, I started listening. And that's exactly what happened to me when we had the lockdown. Remember, there was a standstill. Everything just turned quiet. And for the first time, I realized that when I was walking around my house, everything was so quiet and silent that I started listening. And I was listening to Mother Nature and I was connecting. And there is power in silence. Most often people fill up silence because it's so awkward and you don't know how to deal with it. So I want to say something very important to us, that I think we have to start becoming comfortable waiting. When we're comfortable waiting and we wait a little longer and start finding it comfortable, especially when you're in a room where there is silence, you realize that when you get comfortable waiting, other people will crack up. Other people will start talking. And that's when you're leveraging silence very effectively. And I can tell you this because that is something that I had to train myself in the last 26 years when I did all my consumer interaction. I realized the moment I was silent and I waited and I got comfortable with it, other people started filling in the spaces with their stories, their conversations. And isn't that the crux of our work? Our crux of our work is that when we are silent, we start listening and the spaces start filling up. So, why is this so important and why did I start talking about it? There are actually 4 reasons why this becomes important. In a work meeting and in a situation like that, often when there is somebody talking to us, our mind is constantly thinking of what to say, how to react, what is this question, how to answer that. If we say that we will be silent and we are going to focus on silence, believe me, you will start concentrating and you will not have this urgency of replying. So you're using silence very effectively. So it brings in concentration. Try this because I've actually been trying to say that I'm going to be silent and I'm going to focus on silence. The second important thing is that when you're silent, you're actually letting the other people fill up the spaces. And that's actually the projective technique that we use in our work. So learn to be silent so that the other person will fill up those spaces of silence with their conversations, with their stories. The third thing is wisdom. I know most people think of silence as weakness. If you don't say something, people will think you're a fool. No, actually it is wisdom. When you keep silent, what you say will be intelligent, on target, and actually useful. Try that out. And the fourth thing is that most people think that those who talk a lot are charismatic. Actually, no. Those who are silent can be powerfully charismatic. Because what is the main thing that everybody wants? To be heard and understood. If that is the main thing that everybody, and that's the need of every human being, to be heard and understood, then silence is a great power and can be powerfully charismatic. And I feel that this is a skill set that one needs to develop. It takes time. And as I say, when you are silent, you start listening. So if you like what I say and you want to know more, reach out to us.